Yomassage is revolutionizing the massage profession by integrating massage, restorative stretch, and guided meditation into small group sessions. Their 25-hour online certification program, led by a master trainer, enables massage therapists to become certified Yomassage practitioners. This program also teaches powerful mind-body connection techniques and trauma-informed principles to enhance your massage practice. Visit yomassage.com to register. ABMP podcast listeners receive 20% off online courses with the code ABMP20.
Welcome to Business or Pressure, taking the pain out of massage business with me, Allissa Haines. This is your no-nonsense guide to building a happy, sustainable massage therapy business. It is our mission to make sure that every massage therapist has the tools to make a living wage and a thriving business. So let's jump in. Little bit of news before we get to our topic. I will be at the Heal Well Homecoming event in September 20th and 21st in Arlington, Virginia. I am really excited because I have not been to any kind of massage-related event in several years. I think since 2019. It's been a while. And man, do I need to hang out with some brilliant and compassionate colleagues. If you want to learn about this event, you can go to healwell.org/homecoming2024. It is a 2-day event. You can get just education. You can get the inclusive package with meals, a couple of classes that sound amazing, a collaborative thinking session, a brilliant keynote from Cal Cates. It's going to be a really nice event, and it wraps up with a dance party, so how can you lose? So if you feel like you need a little community, this could be a great option to get yourself to an event. Again, healwell.org/homecoming2024, or you'll just see it on the Healwell homepage. All right, let's move into our topic today, and I thought it would be fun to start the second half of the year with this, one of my favorite topics. Should I take tips? Now, for the context of this episode, we are talking about self-employed people, one-person businesses. I'm not talking about employees. I'm not even talking about miscategorized independent contractors. The decision-making process around a gratuity policy is really complicated. And today we're just dealing with one-person businesses. You might say you take tips and it's working for you. That is awesome. If you like how your money stuff is going, if you never have a moment of awkwardness or angst or resentment around the whole tipping protocol, if you never feel weird when someone gives you a tip and you never feel weird when someone doesn't give you a tip, then that's cool. Carry on doing what you're doing with nothing but validation and hugs from me. However, if you do sometimes feel awkward about it, if clients have ever seemed uncomfortable, if you have ever felt resentful or weird or judgmental because someone tipped you or someone didn't tip you, then maybe it's time to think through your tipping policies as a whole. And there's a lot of weird background to this. Some therapists and clients are going to say that tipping is absolutely necessary to the culture and the business of massage. I think that was true in the olden days when massage was more often than not a luxury service in a spa setting with an employee as the service provider. Nowadays, that's not necessarily the case, and there are so many independent businesses and business owners, it's not all fancy spa massage anymore. Some therapists go the polar opposite route and claim that refusing tips is more professional, or that it makes sense if you align your work with clinical or medical care. But I hate arguments that compare us or align us with any particular other profession. We're not chiros, we're not PTs, we're not dental hygienists. The comparison is just incorrect on a lot of levels, especially when you start to factor in who gets insurance coverage and what the employment status is of the service provider. But we're just not always a luxury service anymore either. So I just want to ditch all those arguments in general. They can't ever be won by any perspective, and in the end, it doesn't really matter. There are a lot of reasons to advocate for no gratuity policy without bringing in the concept of professionalism or quality of care. I also want to point out, if you don't have a stated no gratuity policy, then your policy is to accept tips and your policy is to encourage tips. Even if you say gratuities are accepted but not expected, that's encouragement. albeit passive. Allowing gratuities is encouraging them. And people might disagree with me on this, and that's cool. But the whole culture is such a weird gray area, especially for a one-person business. Anything short of saying no gratuities is opening for tips because people don't know what to do. If you have not stated a policy, you have not told them definitively what they should do. Clients don't always know what to do. So if you say, you can tip me, but you don't have to, they're going to default to feeling like they should, unless you have said don't. So if you accept tips, many clients will feel obligated regardless of that little, it's not expected caveat. And I don't love being wishy-washy in our businesses. We should make the rules in our business, not the clients. We decide the prices, we decide the schedule, we decide the services that we provide and the boundaries around that. And I think more clarity is always better. So if you do take tips, then the policy is gratuities are happily accepted. And if you do not want tips, if you want a no gratuity practice, then the line is gratuities not accepted. And boom, that's clarity for everyone. But you and clients and all people might ask why. Why do you not want to take tips? And I think the reasoning that makes the most sense to me is, one, I like that clarity. We just talked about it for me and for my clients. I like the ease. I like the ease and simplicity of it. And I like that when there's no gratuity, your price is just the price. I think that having clear boundaries around the financial aspect of your work is part of what makes your business a business and a respectable, highly professionally run business. And I don't mean that the pricing reflects on the quality or the importance or the meaning of the actual hands-on work you provide, but I think it's related to the business operations and the reputation of your business as a whole. What do you need to consider if you maybe want to move to a no gratuity policy or beef up the one you already have but haven't been great about enforcing? So again, business structure. A no gratuity policy is easy to implement in a solo massage practice. You're the only person reaping all the benefits, taking in all of the money for the massage you do, taking all the heat for any particular decision. Pricing is inclusive and you 100% control it. So you can price the service at whatever amount you want to make for that service and not have that weird, flexible, changing tipping concept in the back of your head when you're considering your prices. Another thing to consider is, what is your emotional attachment? What are your feelings about validation with regards to tips? Even when you know clients tip by habit and amounts are not necessarily a reflection of your skills, it's really easy to have an emotional response when someone doesn't tip. And when a client who usually tips $15 all of a sudden only tips you $5, even the most evolved among us could have a moment of thinking, did I do something bad? Was the massage awful? Likewise, when a client tips an uncommonly large amount, it can feel uncomfortable. Do expectations for service change when a client is a big tipper? The next time they call and they want an appointment that starts half an hour past the time I typically close my office, am I going to be swayed by the knowledge that they're a big tipper? How is that going to impact my boundaries? And it's human to become attached to tips as a form of validation for our work, especially in this hands-on work that doesn't always have like a tangible, instant result. The results of massage can be so subjective, and the concrete dollar amounts in the form of tips can become a psychic barometer of skill and success, and that's not good for anybody. Because in reality, that's not how we should be measuring our efficacy or success as practitioners. We should be measuring our retention rates and referral sources, our gross and net incomes, our own happiness levels when walking in and out of work every day. And also, tips are a terrible measure of client satisfaction. The only thing that a tip reflects is the client's comfort level, history with tipping, exposure to tipping culture. Another reason to adjust your policy might just be to be different. Refusing tips becomes a talking point that differentiates you from other practitioners. All kinds of pricing differences can do that. It can lend a visible structure and maybe legitimacy to your business. And historically, massage therapists have not had the best reputation as solid business owners, right? We've got that flighty reputation. When potential clients ask about your pricing, it's really empowering to say, I charge $125 for 60 minutes. I don't take tips. That's the complete price. It can be a cool talking point when potential clients ask why you don't take tips, and it's a great opening for more conversation about the kind of work you do and how you run your business. Likewise, for potential clients reading your website, that no gratuity line is a great way to draw them into learning more about you and your business. It's actually become a pretty common talking point when current clients refer their friends, and new clients will come in and say, hey, so-and-so told me you don't take tips. Is that right? And it opens the door for more discussion about my work, what makes me different, and what I prefer in lieu of tips, which is clients who budget massage into their lives and make regular appointments. I also really love the simplicity for clients. There are fees and tips and taxes tagged onto so many purchases, add-ons, and all this and that. People are price weary because every time you make a purchase, there's 10 decisions you have to make before you can finish about add-ons and warranties and gratuities and, oh, good Lord. And every purchase ends up being so much more than the originally listed price. Every part of your massage business should be easy and straightforward for the client. It should be easy to find you, easy to make an appointment, simple to find your policies, clear to know what payment you accept and how much the service is going to cost. Boom, bottom line, done. It also adds simplicity for you as the business owner. Having an irregular income makes budgeting difficult. And there are factors we can't control, like sick cancellations and seasonal fluctuations and our own emergency time off. But our pricing, we can control that. We can control how much money we make for each and every massage we perform. And if you're counting on tips to make enough money and you fall short when tips are not what's expected, that's a problem, but it's a solvable problem. Raise your prices to match what you need to earn and then eliminate tipping altogether. If you decide to adjust your gratuity policy in any way, making a change in any office policy tends to take a little bit of work. I like to make multiple changes at once so it can kind of seem like a whole business revamp. Makes it a little easier to change things if you do it in a batch. So announce the new menu and pricing a month or more in advance. You do so without apology or emotion and include a reference to the new policy. Everybody's business has a different tone and a different voice. So for me, an announcement would sound like, I am excited to announce an updated service menu and pricing beginning on September 1st, 2024. Along with this change, I'll be instituting a no gratuity policy. You can see the full menu here at my website. And you can do this with a sign in your office and post your new menu and fees underneath. Whatever your communication style is with your clients and within your business is just fine. Just be sure to post some kind of alert near your pricing that says gratuities are not accepted or thank you, but tips are not accepted. Now, the pushback here is that I will always have colleagues like, but people insist on tipping. Some suggestions on how to deal with that, how to say no and do so kindly and respectfully. Because even with a clearly posted policy, some clients are going to try to tip. But this happens much less when the policy accompanies a price hike. So keep that in mind when I said, maybe update your whole menu. You can be polite and refuse at the same time. And my favorite way to refuse a tip is to just say, thank you so much, but I work for myself and I price my services accordingly. Tips are not needed. If the client insists, sometimes I will say, I would really prefer you just use that to come back for more massage. Let's make an appointment. It's rare for clients to insist past that point, but sometimes they do. And if they do, take the tip. For every rule, there is an exception, and there is a client who just needs to stick with the custom that they know. That's just what it is to run a business dealing with people. But if you implement your policy well and you have your scripts ready, that's going to be rare. It can also help to have a suggestion of how a client can help you outside of tipping. When you refuse a tip, you could follow with, but I would love it if you told a few friends about me or write me a review online. And hand the client a business card or offer to send an email with a link to review your business on your Google profile. Pricing changes and policies around money can be tricky, and to be different and move past what has always been takes real courage. So if a no gratuity policy sounds at all interesting to you, be brave, make it happen. And that's all I'm going to say about tipping. This week's high five goes to my friend Jason, who I have known for, maybe 15 years or so. He's a massage therapist. And we actually met on Twitter, like through massage conversations on Twitter. And I have met him in person and stayed at his house and worked for him. But Jason sent me a great new album of music for my massage room. And it's an album called Mixing Colors by Roger and Brian Eno. And it's ambient music and it's really working in my massage room. So thank you for the gift, Jason. And if you're looking for some massage music, Roger and Brian Eno, Mixing Colors, the expanded album is pretty good. It's 2 CDs. Actually, I had to find my little CD drive thing to upload it to my devices, and now it's in there, and it's all I've been playing since I've been back from leave, and my clients like it too. They have noticed that I finally have new music, and they appreciate it. So if you have a question about running your business or an idea for an episode, I want to hear from you. I love it. I love hearing from you. Reach out via email, businessorpressure@abmp.com. You can also find me hanging out with my community of massage therapists. You can check that out at deepbreathdigital.com and make sure you're subscribed to ABMP's podcast so you don't miss anything because they are really good right now. There is so much to learn about building and maintaining a massage business. We're going to cover the business, the marketing, the money, the communication skills to help you be successful. I will meet you right here for the next episode. I can't wait.